Hey guys, it's Shakodes here, and I'll be going over my new hardware/software project, StudINO. StudINO is a microcontroller setup with a companion app that helps you visualize how efficiently you are during your study sessions. So here's the problem. Whenever you're working on a laptop or a computer, there's a bunch of apps or Chrome extensions you can download to kind of keep you in check when you're studying. There's also the built-in function how your laptop or your computer will go to sleep after a period of inactivity. But, like many students, there's still a lot of work that I do paper and pencil, or even on my kind of tablet with a pen. And I notice there's not a really good way to keep track of your activity when you're doing the more analog aspects of school. And I wanted to fix that, and that's what StudINO does. Okay, let's get into the hardware. So first, we have this motion sensor. This is tuned using the resistors to not be overly sensitive so that you sitting down is good enough to keep this content. But it's also not overly resistant so that you have to kind of flail your arms just to activate it. That connects to our Arduino Uno, which handles the logic regarding if you've been active long enough to get a score boost, or if you've been inactive long enough so that we reduce your score. That also connects to a keypad. This keypad is kind of where you initially put your specific user ID so that you can start a session. We also have this LCD, which just says the status of your current study session as well as your score. And the Arduino Uno connects to our NodeMCU to handle all the IoT connections with my backend, and that's kind of where the app can connect to as well. The app connects to the backend as well as your hardware. So that's all the hardware. Okay, so let's go into a little bit of a demo regarding how the whole thing works. So as you can see here, it says connecting, and that's because I haven't connected it to the internet. So whatever internet you have set up in your code with your credential, it will connect to, and you'll see in a little bit that this message will change from connecting to enter code. This is actually where the comes in. So once you log into StudINO, you can kind of see your code here. So if I tap on that, it unhides it. And let's see what happens when I put in my code. Okay, so I put in my code, and it'll automatically try to log me in. But you'll notice it'll ask me to reprompt my code. And there's a reason for that. On our app, we actually haven't started a session, right? You can see here that it's asking us to activate the session. Now this is by design, so that if somebody were to get your code, they can't just automatically log in with you. So once I click activate, I should be able to log in now without any hiccups. Okay. Boom. And now you can see that it has the same data that I have on my mobile app. Now that we're connected and we've officially started our study score, what happens if I stop studying for a period of time? So I'm here, I'm doing my thing, I'm writing, whatever. But after a period of inactivity, you'll see that we get a warning message. So for the sake of that, I'm just gonna put this over here and give it a little bit of time before we see that warning message. Okay, so it's telling me to get back to work, right? So I'm gonna listen to it this time, and I'm gonna get back to work, and then you can see that warning message kind of goes away, right? But what happens if I completely ignore the warning message and I stay inactive? So it's telling me to get back to work, but I'm not gonna listen. Okay, so he says, I'm snitching. So this is actually where we degrade your score. So before this, I was at a 64. So I'll be down to a 63. Right, so get back to work. So now if I put myself up, we're at a 63. And you see if I refresh my mobile app, I'm now at a 63. My positive percentage is 21%, which means that of the total updates, only 21 were positive. And my most recent session was the one I have today. And if I look at my profile, you can actually see this session pop up right here, the August 6th one, right? And obviously I've been testing this for some time, but you can see that this latest one, 1031, 1031. that's kind of the degrading sort of features. Now, if you're studying for a period of time, roughly 20 minutes at a time, you'll get a bump, right? And so for the sake of time, I'll just kind of fast forward to then, and you can kind of see an example of what it looks like. But other than that, that's kind of all I have. And then when you're done, to stop updates, you just deactivate your session, and you'll see that the next time that it tries to degrade my score, it will actually bring me back to my home page. So, you know, I'll just let it do that. Just telling me to get back to work, and then it's going to tell me that it's snitching, and then it's going to tell me to re-enter or reconnect, right? But there you go. That's StudINO. Thanks for watching. Peace out.